Hello everyone, and you are watching Metadiscourse in Practice, Metadiscourse and Rethoric. So, first things first, let me introduce our team. My name is Muhamad Rifky Prihatna, and also we have Nita Wati and Rafif Apriandi Khalief. In this occasion, we will explain about Metadiscourse in Practice, Metadiscourse and Rethoric. The learning outcome of this video is we hope you will learn about metadiscourse and how it applied in modern forms using persuasive discourse. Metadiscourse and rhetoric has a lot of connection in the modern era, such as in business and economics. The main point is to make the readers understand the scientific explanation behind every research, i.e. Darwin theory and gravity theory. This material will discuss the relationship between metadiscourse and rhetoric in two very different kinds of texts: Darwin's Origin of Species and Company Annual Reports. Metadiscourse contributes to the rational, credible, and effective appeals that have characterized persuasive discourse since the time of ancient Greece. Example, it promotes rational appeals when it explicitly links ideas and arguments. It relates to the credibility appeals where it concerns the writer's authority and competence. It addresses effective appeals when it signals respect for the reader's viewpoint or that the message has direct relevance to the audience. The concept of rhetoric. Essentially, rhetoric is the art of persuasion. It concerns argument on matters about which there can be no formal proof. In the recent past, the notion of rhetoric tended to carry negative connotations, suggesting unscrupulous manipulation and coercion. But today, it is a central concept to those working in the text analysis and written communication. Of greatest interest to metadiscourse research, however, are their three means of persuasion. The first one is ethos, the personal appeal of one's character. The second one is pathos, the appeal of emotions, and the last is logos, the appeal to reason. Ethos concerns the character of the speaker and his or her credibility. Pathos concerns effective appeals and focuses on the characteristic of the audience rather than the speaker, considering its education level, ethnicity, gender, age, interest, background knowledge, group membership, and so on. Last, logos concerns the speech itself, its arrangement, length, and complexity. Academic discourse and rhetoric. Academic prose is often perceived as a unique form of argument because it depends upon the demonstration of absolute truth, empirical evidence, or false logic. Its persuasive potency is seen as grounded in rationality and based on exacting methodologies, dispassionate observation, and informed reflection. Academic writing is therefore an engagement in a social process, where the production of text reflects the methodologies, argument, and rhetorical strategies constructed to engage colleagues and persuade them of the claims that are made. Academic discourse must therefore be seen as the use of various devices to enhance persuasiveness in order to appropriately frame disciplinary submissions. Creating a convincing reader environment thus involves deploying disciplinary and genre-specific conventions. Metadiscourse, ethos, and the origin of species. 1. Modality makers, hedges. One element of establishing a successful academic argument is ethos, the perceived credibility that readers grant to writers. Frismore and Farnsworth, 1989, argued that metadiscourse provides a perspective on author-reader interactions that broadens our view of ethos. They explore how it was used in highly prestigious and influential scientific texts. The origin of species. Concentrating on interactional features that they call interpersonal metadiscourse, the author traced Darwin's use of modality markers, quote-unquote hedges and boosters, attitude markers, and commentary in this text. They found 890 instances of such metadiscourse in Chapter 1 of The Origin of Species, which sets out a framework for the book, and Chapter 4, which presents the theory of natural selection.
Modality markers booster. Modality markers booster are words or phrase that show certainty to emphasize their fees, making their perspective more prominent and convincing. In this example sentence, there are the phrase "I cannot dump." Darwin used this booster to make his point of view more prominent and convincing. Techniques of hedging and boosting. Darwin often combines hedges with boosters to prevent possible objections while leaving readers in no doubt about his views. In the example sentence, Darwin used hedge like "I think" to indicate uncertainty in his claim, but also used booster like "it seems pretty clear" to strongly assert his view. This helps Darwin to communicate his belief but still acknowledge the level of uncertainty in his argument. The last is attitude, markers, and commentary. Darwin used evaluative terms such as strange, curiously, and wonderful to express his humanity and his attitude toward the subject. Attitude markers play an important role in strengthening the persuasiveness of argument by stating how they respond. Darwin is fond of interjecting comments into the text to build a relationship with reader and draw them into his argument. Using we and us can show a close relationship between the reader and the writer. An example of this is uniting author and reader with the inclusive pronouns we and us. Darwin was able to claim equality with his readers and create a common scientific goal. It is also increases credibility and creates a concerted effort when directing readers to one's point of view. Business discourse and metadiscourse are interconnected in the context of communication in a business environment. Business discourse aims to create a particular point of view by engaging various stakeholders such as employees, clients, customers, shareholders, and regulators. Metadiscourse is used in business writing to build a positive image of the company, person, or product by using rhetorical appeals and guiding the audiences through the information presented. Through metadiscourse, writer can convey a credible persona, effectively engage the audiences, and achieve persuasive communication in a business context. There are three ways to achieve true personas. First, identifies the product or service with the company. For example, you have sensitive skin, we have sensitive vibes. Second, associating products with culture icons by reinforcing stereotypes. For example, most pasta sauce sounds Italian, mine tastes Italian. Class is associating products with celebrities. Omega, my choice, said Cindy Crawford. Metadiscourse and rhetoric in company annual letters are readily viewed as a personal genre designed to build and convey a company's image. Usually written as a signed personal letter, this document has very important rhetorical meaning in building credibility and instilling trust, convincing investors that the company is pursuing a sound and effective strategy. With 3,500 metadiscourse items in collections of 500,000 words, this amounts to about one device every 50 words. These numbers stand in stark contrast to the metadiscourse found elsewhere in the company's annual report. SEO letters are highly rhetorical creations written to gain support through expressions of credibility, resolutions of uncertainty, and avoidance of dispute. Metadiscourse is then widely used to support the objective of SEO letter in reports published by listed companies. Logos creating rational appeals. Logos refer to the creations of rational appeals and persuasions, which is mainly achieved through the professional content of the text. Writer define issues, support claim, validate premises, and state conclusion to make their argument convincing to readers. The logical connections used to elaborate an argument by adding, comparing, ordering, or explaining its elements are crucial in creating a persuasive argument. Interactive metadiscourse analysis can help distinguish the structure of persuasive appeals used in a text Interactive metadiscourse help readers understand the text by explaining, directing, and guiding them through the information. It functions rhetorically to point the reader in the direction the author intended in his argument.
Effective ethos creation, which incorporates honesty and sincerity, is essential to successful persuasion in CEO letters. CEO can project themselves into their writing with the use of metadiscourse, giving a persona that is knowledgeable, reliable, authoritative, and honest. Hedges booster, engagement markers, and evidential are important components of metadiscourse that indicate a writer who is straightforward, devoted to a certain point of view, and confident in attaining the greatest results for the organization. Credibility is acquired from external sources and film triumphs, with evidence supporting a strong endorsement of the business performance. While taking into account the desired impact of their content on readers, writers must provide a logical argument and trustworthy character. They ought to take into account the opinions and attitude of readers regarding the discourse's importance. Authors should emphasize their ideals and objectives in dialogue to draw readers in. The author has adopted the reader's point of view, making it more reader-centered than advocating an ethos. As seen by the use of interactive metadiscourse, affective appeals are achieved through establishing a rapport with the reader through the use of engagement indicators, attitude markers, and pronoun reference. This chapter examines how metadiscourse function in contemporary persuasive speech, emphasizing how important it is for developing believable and reliable identities. It draws attention to the use of metadiscourse by Darwin in his seminal work, The Origin of Species, and the way CEO frequently utilized it to present themselves and their organization. The technique underlying corporate and scientific messaging, which are a part of the English language expanding global hegemony and the promotional culture of informative text, can be better understood by scholars through the study of metadiscourse. Students of academic and corporate communication can excel in their professional fields and get rhetorical awareness of written persuasion by analyzing influential texts.
Before the presentation ends, I would like to thank you for your attention during our video. Hopefully, this material can be used for all of you.